Raspberry Pi solved, and then we will continue the session. So let's go to the structure of Raspberry Pi. So first of all, you can see here, this is Raspberry Pi. So what is Raspberry Pi? Raspberry Pi is a single board computer which has size like a credit card. It has all the components which computer have for working in its single chip. Basically, it is created by Raspberry Pi Foundation with association with Broadcom. Broadcom is a semiconductor manufacturing leader in the global sector. So because of this association, we can see we have a Broadcom chip in Raspberry Pi. So let's go to the structure of Raspberry Pi. So in here, we can see the structure of Raspberry Pi. Then in the middle, first is the CPU and second is the RAM. Then it's brain. Basically, it is a brain of Raspberry Pi. Then we have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth module. And then at the upper side of it, we have 40 GPIO pins. Basically, general purpose input-output pins. Then we have Ethernet port for internet connection, and we have 4 USBs for connecting IO devices and other devices. Then we have audio port for connecting audio, and we have serial camera port for connecting camera. Then we have a 2 HDMI setup, 2 HDMI port for dual monitor setup, and we have C port for power supply. And the back side of Raspberry Pi, we have a SD card slot, which we can connect the SD card and we boot up the Raspberry Pi using that SD card. We can easily connect the display and keyboard mouse to the Raspberry Pi and use it as a desktop PC. So let's think like each winner has a differentiating factor. Like Tesla has autopilot. So what is the differentiating factor of Raspberry Pi? Why should we use Raspberry Pi other than this desktop PC? So the differentiating factor of Raspberry Pi is none other than its GPIO pins, general purpose input output pins. It has 40 general purpose input output pins. We can see in next slide that we can see in this slide that we have 40 GPIO pins. Each pin has a particular use. Basically, we can see the yellow pins are generic GPIO pins which we can connect to sensors input data, and the black pins are for ground connection for grounding to the sensors and other equipment. And we have 3.3 volt and 5 volt power supply for powering the sensors. And we have some registered pins for some other tasks such as reading and writing and other storage devices and other like that. So this is the differentiating factor of Raspberry Pi. So let's go to the functioning of Raspberry Pi. What we can do with Raspberry Pi? So we have basically 3 main functions with the Raspberry Pi. First is we can use Raspberry Pi as a desktop PC. Then we can use Raspberry Pi as a cluster or supercomputer. And then we can use Raspberry Pi as a robot, like robotic brain. Let's see them further in further slides. So let's go to the desktop PC. In this video, we can see I have connected all the ports of Raspberry Pi to the monitor and all IO devices, and it is working properly without any problem like a desktop PC. You can see here it is working properly like a desktop PC. This setup was established in Blackboard, and all ports are Raspberry Pi connected to the Raspberry Pi. The operating system used here is the Raspberry operating system, which is basically provided by Raspberry Pi Foundation. So Raspberry Pi Foundation is the creator of Raspberry Pi, so they provide OS for Raspberry Pi. So we can see here all the ports are connected properly, and we can see here red and green light are blinking in Raspberry Pi. So that means when the red light and green light are blinking in Raspberry Pi, that means that operating system is properly working and the Raspberry Pi do not have any problem. And if only red light is blinking constantly, then it means that operating system is corrupted or Raspberry Pi have any internal problem. So let's move in the next slide, like how we can use Raspberry Pi as a supercomputer or cluster. So what is basically a cluster is when multiple devices work simultaneously on a single task, it is known as a cluster. We connect all these devices and utilize utilize the resources in one world. So we can see here, we can create Raspberry Pi cluster or supercomputer by using more than one Raspberry Pi. We can connect the Raspberry Pi to the router or bridge, and we can flash distributed operating system on them like Kubernetes. And after flashing the distributed operating system, it will work as a distributed computer, like a distributed system. If we give any task to it, it will distribute the task amongst all Raspberry Pis. It will work like supercomputer. I know it has not efficient, it doesn't have efficient like original supercomputer because they are as big as a room and they have very high resources. But it can prototype a supercomputer. You can learn supercomputing through it. You can learn distributed computing through it. So let's go to the next slide. We will look how robotics. We can use Raspberry Pi in robotics. So in this video, I have controlled 3 LED lights using Raspberry Pi, using Python code in Raspberry Pi. So let's see the video. The 3 LEDs are connected on breadboard, and breadboard is connected with jumper wires with the Raspberry Pi GPIO pins. We can see here, as soon as I hit the run button on the video, the LED lights will start blinking out. This is the Python code. Basically, I have imported the GPIO library for it. And GPIO library supports sending input and receiving, sending output and receiving input from GPIO pins. We can connect sensors to the GPIO pins.